It's finally here. It is time for a brand new school year, and I am going to be bringing you along with me today as I tackle this beast of a homeschool room behind me. We've started cleaning and organizing, but I'm also kind of like knee deep in organizing all of our curriculum, and so it's one of those things where it starts to get better and then it gets a lot worse, and we're going to try to make it a lot better here. So we're going to go over some curriculum and resources I'll be using this school year coming up, and cleaning and organizing this room. So if you need that extra motivation to get your stuff in order, grab something yummy to drink and join me. I've got greens. You're going to see me switch to coffee here in just a bit. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Kim. I'm a homeschooling mom of two, a CC Essentials tutor, and a coffee enthusiast. I love to share videos on homeschool life, faith, and health and wellness tips for moms over 40. So if that sounds like your kind of encouragement, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming up next week as we go into our first week of homeschool on the vlog. So let's start with classical conversations, foundations, essentials first, which I've kind of got a whole spread here. I want to first preface and say that just because somebody does something, it doesn't mean it's the right fit for you. So please don't take what I share and think, well, oh no, I should absolutely be doing that, or maybe I'm not doing it right if I'm not incorporating that. Every school is going to run differently. I know CC's motto is stick in the sand, and that truly is the beauty of the program, but it's up to you to make your homeschool experience what you want it to be. By nature, I am not a stick in the sand person. I like to add things in. I like beauty. I like fun. I like adding joy. So there are definitely times and seasons, weeks, days where we have to be very stick in the sand and just do, you know, kind of the basics to get by. And there are other times where we have more that we can get through. And this season is a little bit unique because for the first time, I have a child who will be going into the Challenge A program. So I will only have one student in Foundations and Essentials. And with that, I'm going to be able to work with her you know, quite a bit more just one-on-one versus working with two kids at two different levels in the same program at once. So even though I share all the things that I'm planning to use, it doesn't mean that I will end up using everything. And it doesn't mean that we will always stick with certain things that we start. We may find that it doesn't work for us. We may find that it's just too much and we have to cut back. Okay, so let's talk foundations first. Obviously, you have your foundations guide. This year, I did something completely new for me. One of my homeschool goals this year is, even I would say like my word of the year for homeschooling, which I don't normally do, by the way. My goal has been to simplify, because I know with a child going into Challenge, that's a whole new ballgame for us to figure out. It's going to be a very different rhythm than what we're used to. My kids are also involved in sports. They're involved in youth group at church. I serve at our church. I have Bible study that I'm involved in. We have a lot going on in our personal life now, and so I just knew that I wasn't going to be able to sit down and create and really piece together all of the things the way I'm used to doing, and that is okay. So one of my good friends, Laura James, has created a resource that goes, it's a companion guide that goes with the Foundations curriculum, European history, and this is just filled with so much richness with literature. And I like what she says, she lays a feast before you and you get to pick and choose what you want to take. So I'm leaning on this year. I am utilizing resources that she's recommended for read alouds, for history, and kind of pulling together from there. Okay, so here's a look at the companion guide. This is the teacher guide, and what I love about it is that she gives you all of these resources, and then she really lays out week by week what you can expect. Math. So I know that the Math is a new math curriculum CC has put out this year and is available. It's rolling out in the complex level for Challenge A. My youngest, who is in foundation still, is in 5th grade, so she's not quite there yet. But we will be bringing some of that in. So I've got a folder here for the math map. She is at the rationals level, and I'll show you that in just a second. But for our main math curriculum, we have always used the good and the beautiful. It's been wonderful for us. My kids have both loved it. They love the beauty, they love how interactive and engaging it is, and it's just been a great resource. And so why I'm hesitant to go all in on the math map is I feel like, why replace something that is working well? So what I've done here for her for the math map is I've gotten a 3-ring binder. This is, I don't know, maybe about 1.5 to 2 inches, and made her a cute little cover folder. I don't know if it'll pick up or focus on it really, but then I grabbed a notebook that has 30 divider tabs. Actually, it comes with 31. But because the math map is the 30-week curriculum, that's perfect. So I printed out from CC Connected, since you can download and print for free, the rationals level. I've printed out week by week, and I went ahead and 3-hole punched the curriculum and printed out, and then I have divided each week into their divider tab, so she'll be able to really just open and go and get her work done. So right now I've got up to week 7, which will take us through our first quarter, and then I can evaluate and see, how is this working for us? Is it too much trying to incorporate both? Do we want to switch and go all in on math map? We'll figure that out, but for right now the plan is we're going to treat this more as a devotional and do a little bit of math map, and then we'll come in and do a normal lesson with the good and the beautiful. Another thing I'm preparing, and I've just been printing, haven't even had a chance to cut these out yet, are the flashcards that I create for all of the subject strands that go throughout the cycle 2 memory work. I will show you just a sneak peek of, this would be last year's, but these would be last year's, but I have Latin noun cases. We like to put these up on our board to have for memory work. Next up, let's talk about essentials. So we have the EEL grammar portion that we'll work on, and then we also have the IEW portion. I have created a workbook for the essentials work that you can do at home. Last year I made this because I had 2 kids in essentials. I had a first tour and a second tour, and I needed something that was very open and go, very streamlined, easy for us to be able to work together and get this done. So this is this year's. I have quarter 1 done. Quarter 2 is in the works and will be available soon, but this is a free download available to you. And here's like a little sneak peek what that looks like. It gives you an overview of the week, of the charts, especially if we're learning a new chart. They get practice filling the chart in. I put a few prompts just to help them as they're getting familiar with it. And then they have their sentence editing, vocabulary, grammar practice. They've got vocabulary, and then you'll see it says like week 1, day 2. And then they've got a new chart practice with different prompts, spelling activities, grammar, vocabulary, and so on. So this is all of the first 6 weeks available, and so this is something that she usually is able to do completely on her own. Like I said, it's very open and go, and she'll get that grammar practice. She's got charts she can pull out if she needs help. Otherwise, if there's something like sentence editing that we're working on, she'll call me and we'll do that together. And then IEW is the writing portion. And this year we're in the medieval history-based writing lesson. So here's her workbook, which we'll go through. She'll practice vocabulary cards, and then we will sit down and do the writing together. Her keyword outline, her editing, and her paper each week we do together. So the next thing up on my to-do list is to take these Math Map flashcards. We've got the whole set, and I found on Amazon these boxes. They're actually crayon boxes, but supposedly they fit the cards perfectly. So I'm gonna unwrap these and load these. Okay, so let's talk challenge. My oldest is going into challenge A this year, and our director gave them this planner, which is so nice. My daughter is a planner. She loves to be organized. She loves to plan. She's already got a sticker for her CC weeks in there. And so they have that. I also found this planner to use that we're gonna give a try and see how it goes. But what's really nice about this is that it breaks down all of the subject strands and gives them exactly what to do day by day so that they're able to get all of the work done. And because we're not familiar with the workload of challenge, we thought this would be an amazing resource for us to have. There's even YouTube videos you could listen to or watch for extra help. And so I will link this in case anybody is looking for something to kind of help them get acclimated to the Challenge A life. She had this fun Challenge A bingo card that our director gave too, so she's been just kind of getting familiar with different things and going through that. And then she's got Okay, so I'm working on the Math Map now. My oldest is in Challenge A, so she's using complex. It is required this year. We are, however, not going all in full board with the Math Map. She's still going to be using the Good and the Beautiful math. As I said before, because we love it. It has worked really well for us. I don't want to ditch something that's been a great thing, especially when math for her is not a favorite subject. I'm just really hesitant to remove something that she finds, a form of it she finds enjoyable for something that is going to be night and day difference. So what we will be doing is we are going to be handling the Math Map as almost more of a devotional and part of our morning time together, where we come together and we start our day together around the table, all of us, and then we do Bible study and devotion. We watch World Watch News, and then we're going to do the Math Map as part of that before we split and go our separate ways, with my oldest going to work on all of her Challenge A daily things, and then my youngest and I doing all of our foundations and essentials together. So with that, I was trying to figure out how I wanted to handle these booklets. And really my train of thought is that I am going to use a 3-ring binder. I just value and love pretty things. I like to make things pretty. There's nothing like wrong with this Math Map cover. It's just not like, you know, pretty and stylish. And I'm sorry, when they say stick in the sand, I'm a glittered stick in the sand. So we made a pretty little cover that says the Math Map Complex with my daughter's name on it that I'm gonna use as her binder cover. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add this cover in. And what I'm thinking I will do is I think I'm going to take each one of these booklets, remove the is it stapled or how is it? They should come apart pretty easy. I'm actually gonna paper cut it down the center so the pages are loose and easy. And then I'm planning to take the charts, which is right in the center, and that does not make sense to me. I'm gonna take the charts out and I'm gonna put that at the front of each week's work. I also got a set of dividers, tab dividers. There are 31 in here. So I'll just remove number 31 and have 1 through 30, and I will put that in, and then I will divide the weeks out. That way she can easily grab and take with her what she's working on in the moment, or if she needs to take that work to seminar class, to our community day, she doesn't have to take the whole binder, and she can just kind of throw that in her notebook in a pouch and have that ready to go. So let's see how this goes, but that's where my mind is at right now, and that's what we're gonna give a shot. So that's going to be it for me today. Thanks so much for joining me as we prep for the new homeschool year. I hope this gave you some ideas and encouragement for your own planning. If you're new here, I'd love for you to hit subscribe so you don't miss upcoming videos, from day in the life homeschool vlogs to tips for faith-filled, balanced living. And if you love this video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment letting me know what your favorite homeschool subject to prep is. I'd love to hear, and see you next time.